And welcome everyone to an America East chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by John Becker from the University of Vermont. And John, you guys got stunned a couple of weeks ago by Stony Brook at home. That does not happen too often. You've won 3 in a row since, including knocking off the upstart Hartford Hawks. How much did that Stony Brook loss sort of reset your guys?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it did. I mean, not to take anything away from Stony Brook, they're a really good team and played really well. But losing at home in conference, first game of conference play, we've been a different team since then, and it's helped refocus our guys, and we've been practicing better and playing better in the 3 games since.
We've seen this across the country. I could rattle off Utah State in the Mountain West preseason predicted to win, and they've really struggled. Davidson, A10, same thing. And I know teams have had injuries and all that. You guys have been predicted to win this pretty much the last, almost Anthony Lamb's entire career. How much did you have to battle a little complacency once you got into the America East after such like a great game that was almost at Virginia and things like that, where you get in the league and there's that expectation, we're supposed to win?
Yeah, no, I think that expectations, that's a real thing, and it's hard to be the team that you're getting everyone's best shot, everyone's getting up for your game, and you have to play really well every night because you're getting other teams' best, their best. And so, the night with Stony Brook, they played really well, made a lot of shots, and so that's going to happen. You see it, like you said, all over the country with these mid-major conferences. Where teams, and then when you lose, it's like, oh my God, it's like you're never supposed to lose, and we've lost 4 conference games in the last, this is the 4th year, and so other teams are trying to win and have good coaches and good players, and sometimes it's not your night.
That weight, you have to deal with it every year because you guys have built such a great program there. How do the young guys grasp that expectation, and they're clearly the team that is hunted, and if you're not ready, they're going to get you? How have you basically told your young guys, or had your players tell them that, look, this is weighty, this is heavy?
Right. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And I think with the non-conference schedule we play, we're going to find out a lot about ourselves. And then, just holding guys accountable every day. And they may not understand in October and November why things are, these details are so important because when we get into season and play these teams in the non-conference, and certainly when we get into league, and that you start to feel those expectations, you start to feel the weight of the teams that have come before, and you don't want to be that team that doesn't win it, or doesn't win 20 games, or doesn't live up to the expectations. And so, so the guys are and then our players the older guys do a good job of really helping the younger guys understand their responsibility.
How has Anthony handled that, Anthony Lamb?
Oh, he's been a great leader for us last couple of years. The first couple of years he got to learn under Trey Bell-Haynes and Peyton Henson and some other good leaders we've had. But he's been great. He's taken that on big time this year, and you could just see the way he's playing, especially in league. Very unselfish. I think he only scored 8 points against Hartford the other night. Like, understanding how important it is to get everyone involved, to do the right thing, set a great example, and he's done that.
You've been in this league for quite some time now, and I've had other coaches tell me this, that how much does the tournament being a campus site and rewarding the higher seeds and playing for that bid on your home court, you've won, you've lost in that scenario, how much does that put emphasis on every game mattering in the regular season?
Yeah, it really does. The very first game you lose to Stony Brook, and we're playing from behind right off the jump, and so the format's been great, I think, for our conference, and making the regular season really, really interesting and competitive. I think the league's been great this year, and there's a lot of good young players and obviously great coaches throughout the league, and so. It makes it really fun, and every game matters. So, Wednesday night game, we're playing up in Maine on Wednesday night. Like, they won 2 in a row, and it's an important game for everybody. So it's been really good.
Look, it's not often that you can go to a colder climate than Burlington. For those that don't fully grasp, What's that road trip like when you got to go up to Orono?
It's 6 hours, and the trip there, is not bad, but it's a trip home after a game. When it gets to be 3 and then 4 o'clock in the morning, where you're, questioning some decisions you made in your life and while you're in this position.
And making sure the bus driver's awake.
Yeah, that's definitely. I do get nervous about that. Those guys are amazing too. And then there's usually weather, so on top of late night, bad weather, those drivers do a great job.
All right, one last thing, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but just the landscape in college basketball right now. We can use the word parity if we want. Bottom line is it's completely unpredictable. If you're fortunate to get there, or whoever represents the America East, what does that tell you about terms of optimism of what may lie ahead, come March?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's been a lot of parity this year, and the high major teams and the blue bloods are young every year now, it seems like, and then the good mid majors are usually old, and that's why it's been so appealing and interesting, I think. Always the NCAA tournament, but as I've been involved with these games, it's you always feel like something could happen, and certainly we've been there a bunch and been close, and if we're fortunate to get through, I'm excited. If Anthony got another shot, and as a senior, to see what him and the guys could do.
Well, John, travel safe up to Orono.
Will do. Thanks, Andy.